guys, it's Kirby. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be discussing my experience with laser hair removal. This is going to be a talking video, so if you aren't interested in like seeing before pictures and hearing my experience and stuff, then skip on to the next one, I guess. But I'm going to be talking about like the reason I did it, the cost, how long it takes, and things like that. I know every salon or every like med spa is going to be different, or every place that does laser hair removal is going to be different, but if you've been considering doing it, maybe my experience will help you to make your final decision if it's right for you or not. But yeah, anyways, so I started my laser hair removal treatments probably at the end of 2023. Well, like August of 2023. I did it around my birthday. And kind of what led me to laser hair removal was I had started to get my armpits waxed, and I was getting them waxed monthly about, and that was costing me like over $35 a month after like tax and tip and stuff, which wasn't necessarily bad. It's just that whenever I was actually getting my armpits waxed, not all of the hair was coming out, and then I was getting ingrown hairs, and the skin underneath my armpits was getting really irritated. And I felt like if I was investing all of this money month after month, I didn't want the issue of ingrown hairs. I didn't want to then have to come back only to like pluck another like 20 to 30 hairs out of my armpits, because I was like, I'm paying somebody to wax all of the hair off of my armpits. I didn't want to have to like come back and touch up or continue to shave it. And then on top of that, my chin and my like beard area, as well as like my upper lip, was starting to get really bad for like the hair on my face and the whiskers on my face. Everybody has hair on their face, men, women, children, like everybody has hair on their face, and it is not a problem if it does not bother you. I was starting to feel very self-conscious about like, particularly on my chin and my jawline and my mustache area, I was starting to get like whiskers, like really bad whiskers. And we're not talking about like one or two hairs, like we're talking about like a full-blown goatee, it felt like. And I was just getting very self-conscious about it, and I was feeling very insecure, and it was getting to the point where like I felt like people were looking at me, and I didn't really want to like go out. I was shaving it like daily. I was plucking it every 2 weeks. That's how like aggressive it was. Not to mention like the hair on my face was having like a hard time getting through my skin, and I was getting like really bad flaky dry skin, as well as I was having a lot of ingrown hairs and just acne related to it, and it was making me feel like a lot of things, and again, just very low self-esteem and very self-conscious about it. I tried to do an at-home IPL device, which is basically like at-home laser hair removal. It's just not as effective. And I tried that on my underarms as well as my face, and I was doing it pretty much every single day on like the highest level that there was for like at least 4 to 5 weeks. And it wasn't really doing anything for like the whiskers on my face. It was helping a little bit more on like the finer hair on like my cheeks, but even then, as soon as I stopped using it, everything just came back. It almost felt like it was like strengthening the hair that was coming back. And so I sat down with my husband, and I was like, this is a really big problem for me. I'm feeling super self-conscious. As someone who wants and does makeup regularly, like my makeup and my skincare wasn't sitting right. It was just becoming a really huge issue, and I explained all of this to him, and we had like a really long talk about it. And so then I looked into like proper professional laser hair removal, since the at-home IPL device wasn't working, and I honestly didn't want to start to get my face waxed because my arms were getting so, like, underneath my arms was getting so sensitive to waxing them monthly. I really didn't want to do that to my face. Sugaring, honestly, to me felt the exact same way. Like, I understand with sugaring the hair can decrease over time, but I just like wanted it gone permanently. So I looked into professional laser hair removal, which took me to the place that I went, which is the Laser Loft. And on Google, they had a 5-star review. I looked at like the pictures and a little bit further. I looked at some other places as well, and I decided to go to the Laser Loft. And you first have a consultation with them. Again, I'm just telling you my experience. Every salon or every place is gonna be a little different, but when I went in, I actually was determined that I wanted electrolysis, which is where they take like a little hollow needle tip basically, and they put it into each follicle and like zap it with heat, and it kills the follicle. And I was convinced that that's what I wanted. I was like, I will, and they do electrolysis, sorry, in 15-minute increments versus laser hair removal where they do it by the area and like per session, charging wise. So I went in for my consultation and I told her my like areas that were my issue, which was like the beard area is what they call it, or like lower face, and my underarms. I said that I was interested in electrolysis, and she kind of explained that since the hair was really, really dark, it would take to the laser a lot better, and that they only really use electrolysis for blonde, white, gray hair, things that like laser hair removal or the laser isn't going to pick up. And I was like, okay, that's fine. She goes, electrolysis is, it covers a much smaller area, and the amount of electrolysis you would need versus like the laser treatments that you would need, it would be astronomical. And so they gave me the little like price breakdown for the beard area and my underarms. Now I bought 2 packages. I bought 6-pack packages for both like my beard area and my underarms. And this is like, it was an investment. I just want to like preface that. I want to say that I did talk to my husband about this. We did budget for this, or rather like, not budget, but like we had money in a budget to be able to afford this. Like, it was expensive, and it isn't something that like I just willy-nilly was like, yeah, okay. This was an expense. So I got 2 6-pack packages, one for my beard and one for my underarms. They're both considered medium areas. For the beard area, the 6-pack package was $241.67 per treatment. So I got 6 treatments in that package, which brings it to about $1,450 just for the face area alone for 6 treatments. For my underarms, it came to about $112.50 per treatment for 6 treatments. So that was about $675, which brings, excuse me, the grand total to about $2,125 for both my underarms and my like beard area. The beard area covers basically from like the top of my ears, on top of my cheeks, the upper lip, the chin and jaw area, onto like down on the lower neck. Anywhere where like you would think a beard grows on a regular human face is where they get you, basically. And then after that, since I bought a package deal, my treatments after that are $95. It could take up to 8 treatments to have the hair fully eradicated, but you could see results sooner. I personally am seeing results sooner. I have had 7 treatments on both my face and my underarms, and I don't shave underneath my arms anymore. I do still have a few hairs here and there. They're really like either fine, like light brown, not fine, they are fine, but like they're light brown, the laser might not be picking them up so well, or they're just stubborn. So yeah, but I just like, I don't shave. I don't even think twice about my underarm hair anymore. I do have before and after pictures that I can show you, especially for like my underarms. I didn't take progression shots throughout because it's a little difficult to kind of like track the progression, because what happens when you get laser hair removal is after you have your consultation and do like whatever the salon has you do to make sure and test that your skin and hair are acceptable for the laser and won't react poorly, is you go in, they do the laser, beep, 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 and then a week later, like 1 week after that, the hair just falls out. And that's it's kind of jarring, honestly, and you do think that your hair is still growing afterwards, so it can feel a little discouraging, but it was kind of funny. I went to go like put deodorant on, and like I looked at my deodorant and it had like all kinds of hair on it, and I was like, ah! So yeah. You go, they laser you, then a week later they tell you to use like a physical exfoliant or to shave, and then the hair falls out of the follicle, and then the process kind of keeps going until the follicle dies due to the laser. So I can show you some before and after pictures of my underarms as well as my face. My underarms, as you can see in like the before picture, I had some like dark marks. Those were like ingrown hair scabs. The like before picture was after I was getting my hair waxed, my underarms waxed for like a good, like, you know, 8-10 months. And it was still growing back pretty strong. And then the laser hair removal after picture, I just took that picture the day that I'm filming this, and that's probably a week or two after my 7th treatment. And yeah, my underarms are like almost virtually completely smooth. Like I said, I just don't even think about them anymore. My face, on the other hand, since facial hair is a little bit more hormonal, I have noticed that that is taking a little bit longer. I am extremely satisfied so far with the results that I have had with the laser hair removal. I think what was really shocked about is how fast the like whiskers on my chin went away. But then the like really fine hair on my like cheeks and sideburns have been a little bit more stubborn to like take the hint to not grow back, but that's okay. Again, 7 treatments in, I'm really, really satisfied with the texture of my skin, with like how my skin tone is evening out, the fact that like now my face wash and like my skincare can actually reach my skin. And yeah, I think I just didn't even realize how much hair I had on my face until after I started to do the laser treatments. But yeah, I was plucking like my goatee area like every 2 weeks, and it was pretty bad, and again, it just made me feel like really not great about myself. So it was a huge investment, monetarily, like money-wise, it was a very big investment, but I am extremely thankful for doing it because I've gained back my confidence, my skin feels so much better and it's a lot more clear, as well as my makeup sits a lot nicer on my skin as well. When you do the laser hair removal, it isn't like you do it every single month. You do your first treatment, and then in 4 weeks you come back and do another treatment, and then in 6 weeks you come back and do another treatment, and then another 6 weeks, and then 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks. So it does take a long time. It is like quite the process to do it. And what's also nice about the laser hair removal is that you can shave. You don't pluck, you don't bleach, you don't anything, you don't wax, you just shave the hair off, and then you just kind of let it grow out and then shave it, and then you do have to shave a few days before you go in. At least at the place that I go to, they don't want your hair super long. They'd rather have it much shorter to your face. But the laser does need like a little something there to kind of like be able to pick up the pigment. So yeah, again, I'm at 7 treatments in, I'm extremely satisfied with the results. The underarm hair and the facial hair is something that I personally was just really self-conscious about. It's natural though. I mean, like, everybody has hair. It's just something that for me is not something that I would like to display personally, and that's okay. You might feel differently, and that's okay too. Body hair is body hair. Once I am finished with my like full 8 treatment cycle, I will only have to touch up 1 to 2 times a year, which is also super nice in that I won't actually have to like do anything with my face or underarms until like, again, 1 or 2 times a year. There are a couple spots on my face that I have like a few like clear whiskers or like white whiskers that I might end up talking to my technician and seeing if like maybe we should do a 15-minute electrolysis session so that she can kind of zap a couple of those away too. But yeah, other than that, I'm extremely satisfied. That was my experience. It has been like very nice. The place that I have went to is very nice. I will link it down below if you are interested to go and at least get a consultation. What's really nice is that I think they do free consultations and they can talk to you about like your worries, your concerns. They offer a lot of other services too that I haven't looked into, but I was like, I can't with the facial hair anymore. And yeah, so I don't know if that helps you or not. If it does, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you've had a good or bad experience with laser hair removal or what your thoughts are on it. I'd love to start a conversation. If you have any other questions, you can leave them down in the comment section below and I will do my best to try and either answer them and or to get back to you. And again, I can only speak to like my experience. I don't know about other places or other facilities that do it. I can just speak to where I went and like how I have, you know, the experiences that I've had. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, give it a big old thumbs up. As always, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. I would hate for you to miss out on any more videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys.